Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. Today we have our Week 5 match of the SADL Legacy Division, looking to have a bounce back from a very rough Week 4 in which I played one of my good friends, Fiery Vortex. Unfortunate match for us there. We got 6-0'd, which really sucked. Definitely didn't want to take the loss. Definitely didn't want it to be a 6-0. So looking to bounce back this week off of a somewhat rough Sunday, unfortunately. I'm a Saints fan, so my team did not play well today, unfortunately. So hopefully we can balance it out by getting a win in draft. Of course, on my left side, as always, we have the team that I will be bringing this week. Starting off with a bit of a surprise here, our Raichu coming off the bench for the first time. Our tier 7 pick. I have to remember to put in my nicknames after this video after I record this. Um, but Raichu obviously coming off the bench, like I said, and I think it's really good into my opponent's team this week, primarily due to the fact that it has Lightning Rod, and I know my opponent loves this Grimmsnarl. My opponent this week, by the way, is Tanner. Sorry, I usually announce who my opponent is. Tanner, coach of the Chicago Tauros. Um, I know my opponent loves this Grimmsnarl. He loves the Thunderwave stuff, which is a big problem I have because I know he's going to bring it. I know he's going to click Thunderwave. So I wanted to bring a lot of things that could pivot into Thunderwave very easily, or aren't going to be bothered by Thunderwave. Because if I get set up on these things late game, it's going to be very hard for my opponent to deal with them. So the Raichu's coming due to that Thunderwave immunity mainly, getting a +1 on his special attack as well. And basically, Bolt Beam coverage is really, really hard to beat in general. And it does really well into my opponent's team because he does have some very electric weak Pokemon. Um, Sorry, I said very. Mainly the Volcanion is electric weak. Hits most of the other team pretty good. Was going to be Terra Fairy. Decided to do Terra Ice because it hits Iron Treads and Mega Venusaur. Um, and it also still allows me to do super effective damage to Dragapult over Terra Fairy. And then, of course, Nasty Plot, Agility, Double Dance. So the Double Dance Raichu could be pretty huge this game. Rocking the Life Orb for that little extra, a little extra power that I could bring. So yeah, that's the set we're bringing here. Like I said, at the very least, it could be able to pivot into the Thunder Waves very easily and just get off a really strong attack. Um, but like I said, not being able to be slowed down by Thunder Wave is kind of the main goal for this Pokemon. Next up, we have our Fortress rocking a fully physically defensive set. Pretty simple. Mainly, this is for Cleaver. Also does well for Grimmsnarl and can eat some hits from Treads. Also, potential Dragon Dance Dragapult deal with that as well. Just a good overall physical check to my opponent. My opponent does have fire type Pokemon. Not the most worried about them though. Obviously I have some checks for those, but yeah, just come in really, really takes care of most of my opponent's physical attackers. The Gyro Ball there, big damage going to be done to Pokemon like Cleaver and Dragapult, especially if it's like I said, it is Dragon Dance. Um, Rapid Spin to clear the rocks. Rocks are really good in my opponent as well. His hazard removal, he does have decent hazard removal, but he's going to rely heavily on treads for that hazard removal. So, being able to get those rocks up is going to be great. Chip down his Volcanion, his Ninetales, stuff like that. Those Pokemon limit them a lot. And then Volt Switch there for some momentum. Leftovers keep us healthy. Then we have Iron Leaves coming this week. Iron Leaves is really good in my opponent's team, primarily because of how strong Psyblade is, especially into that Mega Venusaur slot. Um, so being able to do a lot of damage to that Pokemon, as well as hit things like Cleaver, Volcanion, and Treads fairly hard. We're running a not a Double Dance set, but a Trailblaze Swords Dance set. Originally this was supposed to be booster speed, but I didn't like the idea of coming in, getting my booster speed up, and then being forced to switch because of something, especially the Grimmsnarl coming out. And then having wasting my booster speed or being cut off mid sweep. So we ran Trailblaze so that way we can always get our +1 speed as well as use it to get damage on stuff. I could have ran Double Dance on this as well, but I want Trailblaze just so we can get some damage on stuff and set up at the same time. Obviously, Dual Stab does really well into my opponent. He doesn't have a lot of Pokemon that deal well with it. Swords Dance for setup, and then we are running the Lumberry specifically for the once again the Thunder Wave from the Grimmsnarl. Like I said, I really feel like my Pokemon can sweep very well into my opponent. I feel like my sweepers can sweep, but I don't want to get slowed down by Thunder Wave. Next up, we have Primarina, simple special defensive set here. Dual stabs, Moonblast, Surf hits my opponent's team very hard. We have the Psychic Noise there. This is mainly for maybe to catch the Venusaur switch in, or also to hit the Volcanion as well. Um, Also super effective against things like Hitmontop. And then we have Toxic. The main reason for the Toxic in that last slot is for Volcanion. This is our greatest Volcanion check that we really have available. So being able to Toxic Volcanion on the switch in is obviously really good. And I believe we are faster than min speed Volcanion as well. So that way we can switch into it, Toxic the next turn. So we'll have to take a bunch of damage from it. Also helps deal with Dragapult, mainly specially offensive Dragapult as well. It doesn't do well in the Mega Venusaur at all. Also helps with Ninetales too. Has to Ninetales has to be like Terra Grass or Terra Electric to deal with it, so that's good. Next we have Scissor, really a 3 attack Swords Dance set. Scissor is just going to check a lot of things. Can help take down Dragapult late in the game. Is faster than there depends on the set. We're not meant to speed ties Grimmsnarl, but like chances are we're faster than Grimmsnarl, and we can bullet punch it, so we can out prioritize it, so we don't get Thunderwave there. Can hit Cleaver really hard. Can eat hits from things like Iron Treads. Hit it with a close combat. We are EV to be faster than Max V Volcanion, so we can clean that up late game. And we're packing the Dual Wing Beat there, mainly just for that Mega Venu, so that way we don't have to sit there and take a bunch of hits from it and wear it down with Bullet Punch. Um, Also just hits some other things pretty hard. Can help break Sash as well, in case my opponent has a Sash late game. Which we're not too worried about that, but just there mainly for that Mega Venusaur damage. And then in our last slot, we have our Rotom Heat, packing a pretty simple, sort of bulky fast set, faster than Volcanion once again because we don't want to be hit by a Hydro Steam or a Steam Eruption when we're in on it. Um, Once again, this is another Pokemon that's going to be sponging Thunder Waves from Grimmsnarl a lot. But it's also just a really good check into a lot of my opponent's team. Being able to Volt Switch, Pain Split very well, Volt Switch around, Overheat, cook stuff like Iron Treads. Very great Iron Treads Pokemon, does well into it. Um, and then yeah, that's very simple. Heavy duty boots, so we're not taken by rocks. Spread's pretty simple, bulky, fast enough for Volcanion, and the rest of the special attack to hit as hard as possible. There we go. Very simple set. No Iron Valiant. Very simple team. No Iron Valiant this week. I don't want to bring it. It is a great check to Dragapult, and actually it does pretty well into my opponent's team. I'm not gonna lie. Hits Grimmsnarl super effectively. Hits Dragapult super effectively. Hits Iron Tread super effectively. Has coverage from things like Mega Venusaur. Um, but the main reason I didn't bring it was because I didn't know how well it was going to set up. I really don't like the idea of Grimmsnarl just thunderwaving stuff, and all of my sweepers can beat Grimmsnarl. I felt like it was going to be harder for Valiant to do that, just because of the fact that it wants to run Booster to be fast. It doesn't it can run like Agility, I think, but wants to run Booster to be faster than everything, and it's not really going to get a good chance to set up. And one of the mons that's really good at killing is Grimmsnarl, so it's going to Thunder Wave it probably. So just decided to no Valiant. I just didn't like it that much into this match. Also, it's really hard to spam Moonblast into Mega Venu, Volcanion, and Ninetales. So those mons are all really difficult to spam that Moonblast into. So Fairy Spam just does not do that well into my opponent. Same thing with Treads as well, although Treads obviously does not want to switch into a fighting move. Um, but yes, that's the team we're bringing this week. Hopefully it works. I like the idea of these sweepers being able to get off, wearing down my opponent with hazards and just pivoting around. Have a really good core to pivot. I like that a lot. Most of them have pivoting moves. So Volcanion no flip turn though, because I don't. I mean, Primarina no flip turn because I don't want to flip turn into Volcanion. So it's just rocking a standard kind of 3 attacks plus toxic set there, to kind of wear down my opponent's team. So that's the team we're bringing. I will see you guys in the match. All right, everybody. So we are in the match finally, and so a bit surprising, no Volcanion. I really, really, really expected Volcanion and Cleaver, to be honest. I expected both of them to come. I'm very surprised. He did bring Bastiodon, which is cool. Was kind of wondering when he'd finally bring it. Um, so looking at this, I think my best lead is probably Euro. Um, I just want to be careful leading into into this into Ninetales. I think Euro's probably my best lead. Probably gets me the most out of it. He's Terra Fire on the Ninetales, Terra Fighting on the Bastiodon. I think I'm gonna lead Euro. I think it does well into pretty much everything he wants to lead on his team. The only thing that would lead very badly into would be Dragapult. Be potential like Specs Dragapult, which that case I just kind of pivot Prim. So we do see the Pult come out. Um, Very tempted to try to Pain Split right away, just to see if he drops a Draco. We should live one. Cause I don't. I give it momentum either way. Uh, we'll go Prim. We'll play it safe with Prim. We see the Shadow Ball come out. Uh, doesn't do much. Um, I kind of want to Toxic, but there's a good chance he goes Venusaur, so I'm just gonna Psychic Noise for some chip. This does not appear to be specs based on that damage. Kind of wish I stayed in though, to be honest. Try to get some momentum out of that. A lot of matches going on. It's very late on Sunday. A lot of matches being played this late. I kind of wish. I'll talk about it more in another video too. Just kind of like I guess a PSA for the coaches. Try to schedule y'all's matches like as soon as possible. Really and truthfully, like I'm in contact with my coaches usually very early in the week. Okay, so we did read that play correctly. Got some decent chip on the Venusaur. Um, I want to say my play here is to go Phalanx. Phalanx has less of a role in this match. Okay, that's interesting. Um, Not a big fan of that at all. Um, this mine's gonna be tough for me to deal with. I think I'm gonna slow Volt Switch. Okay, cool. I thought about getting up rocks, but this is the best possible play here. The slow Volt Switch there that actually worked out really well for me. I think Euro's probably the best play, just in case he's packing a Solar Beam in the back. Don't want to get hit by that. I'm gonna Thunder Wave something. If I can slow something down and get a free Volt Switch, that's huge. And then actually is Overheat the play? No, I think it's Thunder Wave. Reveals he's Terrifier with the Flamethrower. Does a bunch. Wow. Okay, that did a lot right there. I'm definitely Volt Switching here and going to Regalis here. This is definitely specs. Does a lot of damage there. Um, but we're just gonna surf here into Grimstar. That's fine. I'm not really scared of this. I'm just gonna click Moonblast on it. If he wants to try to Thunder Wave me, okay, that's annoying. This is some chip onto something though. This Venusaur here is gonna be very annoying for me to deal with. Hmm, I am whittling it down, which is good. We're just gonna go Phalanx again. He does Leech Seed again, which is super annoying. Um, Try to get on my rocks here. He goes Polt. Kind of wish I slow Volt Switch there, but getting rocks up is very important because he does not have any. Well, he has. I guess he has that actually. So we're gonna go Prim once again on this. He has a lot of offensive pressure into me. Uh, and unfortunately, that flamethrower did way too much damage against me as well. Um, I wish I had Flip Turn on this so bad. Oh my god, I wish I had Flip Turn. Quick Psychic Noise again. If he stays in and Shadow Balls me, that's fine. Because once I get my offensive stuff going, it's a lot worse for him, especially having rocks on the field now. Something tells me he doesn't have anything to touch Fortress. He's very lucky with that switch. I almost clicked. I'm gonna surf here. He's Metal Burst. Ooh, that's really interesting tech. That's really interesting tech. I'm just gonna let Prim drop here. I'm gonna Moonblast on the potential Terra if he wants to try and get rid of me. Um, that's perfectly fine. Oh, we see he stealth rocks here. Huh. That was interesting from him, to say the least. Look like surf. Cool. We got the kill on the Bastiodon, which is fine. Got our rocks up. He goes nine tails. I wonder if I'm faster than this. I'm 177 speed. What's half of 328? Hold on, let me find out. Nine tails. Um, it's definitely like max. Yeah, max. What was this thing at -2? 164 and does our. Oh, I didn't put my. That's okay. I didn't put my set in here. Primarina. Um, no special attack investment. We're not modest. None whatsoever. Surf and Sun. Oh wait, that's Impish too. Let's say Sun is out. Okay, Surf actually kills this thing in Sun if it specs, and we should be faster. Yep. Okay, cool. So got two kills, got two big not threats out of the way, but just limiting his options on this team. Uh, if he goes here and he clicks Shadow Ball, that's really bad for us. But how much does Shadow Ball do before? I can't switch anything else. I have to let Prim die here. Unfortunately, Shadow Ball might not even kill. Oh, he's Thunderbolt. Okay, cool. He's Thunderbolt. Hmm. Hmm. And being Thunderbolt makes me want to go this and Pain Split on something. Because this is choice. I guess it's not choice what I think it is. I'm gonna click Overheat. This is a Sun boosted Overheat. So this is claiming something. Wearing him down. Looking really good to finish strong with something here. I expect a Shadow Ball to come out here if he Dragon moves. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to weigh my options. What I have left. This is really good for this, although it's not needed for it. Phalanx helps with this, but I always kill it with this, and then this can be. This is going to be whittled down. This can't lock itself into a move to beat me. I think I go Phalanx here. Um, especially if he goes for Dragon move. If he goes for Draco, yep. Okay, cool. That worked out for us. Somebody is blowing up my Discord right now. I have no clue who it is. I'm just gonna rapid spin. Yeah, I'm gonna rapid spin. Rapid spin should be free. If he stays in, just hits me with a Draco, that's fine. I don't care. Because he has to crit me to kill me. So I'm just gonna take this time to rapid spin away. I can't volt switch freely because Shreds is there. Really wish I was body press for this Shreds. Yeah, Primarina getting some kills. I'm glad Primarina is able to get some kills there. It's very that was a very interesting interaction with the Bastiodon because I expected him to left. If I would have just surfed there, it just wouldn't have meant anything. Like that whole interaction would have just been interesting. Um, he might spin here. I'm just gonna go Euro. Puts me in the best position overall for a rapid spin. Um, because now I can like try to pain split off of something. Um, I'm very tempted though to click Volt Switch though. If he gives me the momentum, if he stays in, just like keeps clicking Rapid Spin, that's cool. But I kind of want to get the momentum off on something. Actually, paint split might be the play. I'm a quick paint split. Sad to see that Raichu probably won't get to do anything this game. It's not slower. It's not slower than us after +1. He goes for the knock on the boots, and that gives us yeah. So that was actually would have been a huge misplay on my behalf if I would have I'm just gonna overheat. If he switches Pult, that's like a good play on his behalf, but it just limits the moves he can go for. I'm gonna Volt Switch here. We see him Flamethrower predicting the Phalanx, which is absolutely beautiful. Um, Dang. I'm gonna go Raichu and try to get a kill here. Go Raichu, go Raichu, go. Okay, yeah, okay. Raichu's about to pop off. Yeah, Raichu's about to get at least 2 kills. I bet. Unnecessary right there. I don't want to feel like I'm BMing, but to be fair, Flamethrower cooked these 3 Mons. Um, there's a good chance that Pole could have died to there's a good chance Polk could have died to Scissor. Uh, Dang, Raichu eating those flamethrowers was good. This was choice, by the way. This was choice, but I think it was Scarf. I think it was choice Scarf for probably for Valiant because it was not Specs at all. Lemma was not doing Specs damage. Cool. I want to see how much this Terra Blast does to Venu. It probably doesn't kill it. Does a huge chunk though. Um, we see try to Giga Drain, and then hmm, Ferrum, take us home. Uh, this thing is faster. We do live knock though probably, and I think Leaf Blade kills. Should kill. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, this is a very, very, very bulky. Do I want to preserve here? I'm gonna preserve. I'm gonna preserve. After that massive 6-0. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't preserving earlier with that Raichu play, but I also wanted Raichu to get a kill. I brought it. I prepped it. I wanted it to do something. Because obviously from that position, there's a good chance Scissor just wins with the bullet punch. And then we'll just close combat to end the game. Yep. So GG's to Tanner. Didn't bring some mods that I prepped for, mainly the Volcanion and the Cleaver, which I definitely expected. I do like to see him switching it up because he's brought very similar teams every week. Like for example, the Specs Ninetales has been very common for him to bring. Like to see him bring the Bastiodon, which is cool. Did not bring. I think this is a defensive treads. Also, his Venusaur seemed a little less offensive as well. So very, I like to see the different teams. We could have gotten out with a +5, like I said, if I would have went Scissor, because I would have just been able to bullet punch Dragapult, dual wing beat Venusaur, and then a close combat Iron Treads, and would have been able to win probably. But it was cool to see the Raichu set actually get a kill and actually do some decent damage to Venusaur, even through thick fat. Um, well, yeah. So we just kind of played our outs there. Primarina got some kills. Rotom Heat was disgusting this game. It stayed alive way too long, and it kind of just was around being a pain in the ass. So good GG, good bounce back win for us with a solid differential to keep us high on those leaderboards. Uh, uh, that pretty much wraps up the video. I had like a little brain fart here. Um, Pretty much wraps up the video. I will see you guys when I do my week 5 reviews. We'll get reviews slash watch parties. I know we have some matches that are being pushed back to tomorrow. I think at least one. So with that being said, I know I'll try to get the reviews done as fast as possible because I do need to do a mid-season update and just sort of go over how everything's going to work out for the rest of the season. But until then, everybody be safe, be good people. I'll see you guys in my next video.